All right, excellent. So yeah, this morning, guys, we do have that long lean on the ES in the 4-hour time frame. Looking for a price pattern in 28.61. We saw on Friday, guys. We saw on Friday spike all the way down to 28.65 and higher. I think if that continues to show that long lean in play on the 4-hour time frame. Guys, also on the 30-minute time frame, that's the 4-hour we're looking at currently on the /ES. Let's go ahead and let's zoom into the 30-minute. What can we tell about the 30-minute, guys? What did we see? We saw overlapping price activity here on this 30-minute time frame. Clearly a 30-minute trend down since the all-time highs, right? Clearly a 30-minute trend down. However, guys, we did see that spike up into the 85s on Friday, and then we came all the way back off. We're unable to make new lows. We traded down all the way to the 67s, and then worked our way back up in the overnight session. But guys, look at that. We have higher highs, we have higher lows, we have a 5-minute price pattern definitely showing us on the 5-minute time frame. We have a great place where we can manage some risk here. There's no doubt about it. We are near the upper extreme. We are near invalidation of that 30-minute if we hadn't spiked down below. But as we spiked down below, came back up to the upper extreme, back down, and then we traded above that upper extreme, guys. That was failed initiative out of balance on the 30-minute time frame, and definitely initiative out of balance currently on the 5-minute time frame. As we get through this 87 area, I will have more faith in it. But currently I have to say that the 30-minute long lean, or short lean, I apologize, 30-minute short lean has been invalidated, guys. So that's what we're looking for. That's what we were looking for during the day session on Friday. We were looking for a price pattern into the 86.75. We didn't quite get it, guys. We didn't quite get it to take a short there, but we saw 85s trade. We saw 86.75s trade in the overnight tonight. I'm taking that a short lean bias off. So I'm saying we have no bias on the 30-minute time frame. The key area is we need to see sustained trade, right, above 86.75. So we've already invalidated, but sustained trade above 86.75 really allows us to start looking back to the long side. We did have a short lean bias on the 5-minute time frame on Friday. Yeah, guess what, guys? Our short lean bias is over. Yeah, it is. On Friday, we were looking for a sustained trade below the 76s. Whoa, did we get it? Yeah, that's right. And we were looking for a price pattern into the 74.25s to be short. But yeah, guys, that long lean or short lean bias from Friday on the 5-minute time frame is a thing of the past. I think that right now, the lower extreme down into the 83s failed initiative out of balance into the 82 halves. Give it a decent price, hopefully a decent price pattern and a decent risk reward, but I'm really looking at the 79s, 79.45, 79.20, 25. So that's what I am. That's what I'm really looking for. I would love to see continuation here straight up, but we'll definitely see what happens before the open and on the open. But long lean, yeah, that's right. That long lean bias, I'm gonna call it where I'm gonna let it be a little bit more loosey-goosey than perhaps I should. You guys can see what I'm talking about here with these two areas of balance. This small area of balance, that spike up, double spike, right? We could bring stop down here to the middle of that. Apologize for that, guys. We could bring that stop down to the middle of that, which is just basically the lower extreme of this area of balance that we're forming right now, from 87s all the way down into the 83s. But I'm going to let it roll a little bit more. Love to see some 79 quarters, 79 halves trading in order to look back to the long side. But those of you guys who do have a short lean here, there is definitely reason to be looking to the short side as well, with a stop back above that 86.75, at that 86.75. I think that there's a good reason to be looking to the short side here, because even though we haven't validated that 30-minute lean, right, with a nice trade up through the upper extreme, back down, and then an overnight session back up to the upper extreme, you can definitely make a great case that right here is a great place that we could see some continuation to the downside. So, like I said, with there being no lean on the 30-minute time frame, it's this area makes it a little more difficult. The only thing is we do have the 5-minute bias in order to support us, hopefully. So I would love to see a pullback to 79, and then us work our way back up into the 92s, and then 2902s today or tomorrow. That's what I would love to see. Whether it happens or not, I'm not sure. So we are looking for a price pattern key area. All right. We're looking for price pattern into and around, right, that 79 quarter. So 20. My goodness. Yeah, that's right, guys. That's a 28.79 quarter, right? 28.79 quarter. All right, cool. That's what we're looking for. Trade back below that though, and that really calls into question. What we're looking for that long lean on the ES. Okay, guys, let me post that up for you. All right. Boom, posted. All right, guys, so that is definitely what we're looking for. Nasdaq, guys, Nasdaq, we do have a long lean bias on the 4-hour time frame. Why do we say that? Well, because we do. So let's take a look at it, guys. We did talk about that. Let me zoom out here, zoom on the 4-hour time frame for you. There you go. We did talk about this area here, this 7420 area being a big area. Did we come down? Did we hit it almost a tick and bounce? Yeah, we did. And did we get almost get 80 points out of it? Yeah, we did. Did we come down? Did we try lower? Failed initiative out of balance and back up to the upper extreme? Oh yeah, you bet we did. So with this overlapping price activity that you can clearly see here from this 72 all the way down into this let's just call it this 09 area. Right, from that area, that overlapping price activity, guess where we are, guys? We're above it. So we are initiative out of balance again, and I do think that I think it definitely invalidates that short lean, especially after the failed initiative out of balance to the downside and trade back above it. That definitely invalidates that short lean on a 30-minute time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, we still have that long intact, guys. We still have that long intact. Any trade back below the let's just call it anywhere below the 20s really calls that into question. Even that 4-hour time lean 4-hour lean calls that into question. But that 30-minute time frame, guys, we did have overlapping trade. Actually, yeah, I think that all this. Yep, I think that it was invalidated on the long lean our short lean was invalidated on Friday, and then that's why we were continuing to be buying lower. So yeah, guys, I think that this is overlapping price activity here and on this 30-minute box from, say, the 72s all the way down into the 09s, and we did try initiative out of balance, came all the way back up in one 30-minute bar and took out the upper extreme, hung out there, worked our way into an overlapping price activity within that box, and then are working our way back out of that box again to the upside. I think that it's pretty clear to see here that the 30-minute bias has been long, right? So that short lean bias is gone away. We have no bias on the 30-minute time frame, and a key area of trade is we need to see sustained trade above. At this point, we need to see sustained trade above, above that 64 area, right? Above that 64, 65 area. That's where we need to see trade stay above currently. So that's what we're looking for, is we need to see sustained trade above 64. So that would be 74.64 evens, right? In order to believe that this this bias is, that the short lean bias really was invalidated. Back into the area of balance, and it calls that kind of the whole thing into question. We really can't establish anything on the 30-minute time frame. We'd have to see some really higher highs. We'd have to see back up above the 7,500 area, guys. Back up above the 7,500 area and up into the 7530s again, in order to be able to really start to think about higher highs and higher lows, overlapping price activity higher. Whereas if we can start heading higher now, I think that trade back up today above that 74.94 really says, hey, you look at me. We put in the lows, and we're gonna be balancing them up all the way from here all the way up into that 31st stop, and then I do think that 83 is second stop. So and I think that could happen in the next day or two. That's my hope. We did have a short lean bias on the 5-minute time frame on Friday. Yeah, we did. We did. We had that short lean bias, and but that came to a screeching halt right after we had that sell-off in the morning and came all the way back up. We had some nice trades. Most of our trades, we had a nice short, and we had some nice trades to the upside into the closing range ish. But yeah, we're seeing overlapping price activity here on the 5-minute time frame. Nothing really to write home about. Oh no, don't do that. Clear that. No, come on. They're messing with me today, guys. I'm sorry. Alright. Yeah, so I really think that I mean, we could definitely tighten this up, and we could keep it at the 67. That's really close. I really think the middle of the previous area of balance, that 52, 53 area, is a big area for us. We need to stay above that 53 area in order for us to see anything to the any continuation to the upside. But yeah, as we are nearing the lower extreme of this 5-minute area balance, let's say looking for price activity here, price pattern here, in order to get some long, right? So yeah, getting some long. We are seeing that crude with a bid. It's only up 0.43% on the hurricane news. Nasdaq is up, and palladium's up. RBOB's only at 0.23%. Guys, it's a good time for us just in between the majors. Look over DAX. DAX has been beat up pretty bad. So is the FTSE the last week. Down almost every single day. They're up 53 and 17 respectively at this point in time. All right, guys. So that is what we are seeing here. That's what we are seeing. We are seeing that the Nasdaq has a long lean on the 5-minute time frame all the way through that 53 area, 53 from 72 to 53. I think that's where our long lean bias comes into play. I think we lose that long lean bias, so we do have a long lean bias. Key area, we're kind of price pattern into the 74.53 area. Alright guys, let's move it on over, rocket on over to the YM. Yeah, you guys know it. There's the YM right there. Wow. Alright, so we have seen overlapping price activity on this YM as well, right? In the overnight session, we have seen higher highs and higher lows. We have seen it take out the upper extreme of this area of balance. Let's talk about this YM on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, the 4-hour time frame, guys. Where have we seen it? We've seen on this 4-hour time frame, we saw breakout from this 660 area, this 25,660 area. We saw breakout. We saw overlapping price activity. The middle of that was the 756, guys, on the 30-minute time frame. Why did we leave it at the 756 area on the 30-minute time frame instead of bringing it up on the 4-hour like we did on all the other majors? Because, guys, simply put, this is our breakout zone. We did have overlapping price activity into that breakout, the breakout zone, first area, first rotation. Outside of that, yeah, we did establish that. I think that was a 30-minute lean because it was only, say, 5 or 6 days, trading days. So I left that as a 30-minute lean, left the 4-hour lean down here at the 353s. If we see trade back up above the 100s here, 26,100, we can definitely bring that 4-hour lean up to the 757s off the 363s that we're at right now. So we can definitely bring that long lean up on the on the 4-hour time frame. If we see that overlapping price activity back up through the 100s today, we did see we were up 20 points more. Highs of the day are the 061s, so we did see that we're seeing the 0 quarters, 025s current, so 026s. So yeah, guys, we can definitely start to think about moving that up. But the reason why is because everything that's happened since let's call it 820 has been initiative out of balance to the upside. So that's why I've been giving it a little bit more room to run, right? A little more rope to hang itself. So let me post up the NASDAQ for you real quick. You guys tell me if that makes sense. If you liking what you're seeing what I'm talking about. If you're not, then let me know. But yeah, that's the 4-hour lean. We are still leaving the 4-hour lean on the YM. Yeah, we're leaving the 359. Long lean bias is still price pattern to 756. That's still a long lean. We have not even come close to seeing that trade. And then we did have a short lean bias on the 5-minute time frame. We're looking on Friday for a price pattern and trade into the 974. So let's go ahead and zoom in on that 5-minute time frame. Zoom. And let's see what we do have here. Yeah, on Friday we were looking for that, looking for those 94s to trade. We didn't even get close. We sold off in the morning and then found our way back, guys. I think we can clearly say that this is on the 5-minute time frame. This was the first shot over the bow, guys, as we saw initiative out of balance down to the lower extremes, back up, overlapping price activity, and then this here, guys, invalidated this trade right here. So when I was saying this, right, I'm talking about that the trade Monday morning into Monday morning after the open up into the 021s. That really took out that last inside bar, this kind of inside balance area that we had here into the open from the 994s. 994s all the way down into the 958s, guys, and then and that called that into question as we came back down, initiative out of balance, and then back up in the overnight session tonight. Yeah, I think that for sure invalidates that short lean that we might have had on the 5-minute time frame, traded back up above that 958. Yeah, really calls that into question, continuation, and then we have overlapping areas of balance, guys. I think trade back below that 994 really we're looking for a price pattern into the 994 on the YM. So we're looking price pattern into the 994. Trade below that calls that long lean bias that we have on the 5-minute time frame, calls that into question, right? Alright, so trade below calls that long lean bias into question, guys. And so that is our 994 is the key area today. 994. We'll see what happens. We're looking for a price pattern in there, but sustained trade below that calls that into question. Alright, guys, let me post that up for you. And then we'll move it on over, rocket on over to, yeah, you guys know where. That's right, the Russell. That's right. Russell, what's up with you? We are seeing that Russell being, man, it was quite the stick in the mud the last couple days, but especially Thursday and Friday, we did see that Russell be a stick in the mud. We are back into the area of balance that we had established all the way up through the 21, guys. We are actually trading the upper extreme of that area of balance, currently trading the 21.3, guys. We did come back into that area of balance. We did okay, so let's just talk about it. Let me be a little more explicit. Yeah, more or less June 5th, right? June 5th all the way through recent activity all the way up into 820. We did have a large overlapping price activity on the 4-hour time frame that allowed us to establish a 4-hour time lean long on the into the 79s, guys. Any trade above 79.80s gives us a long lean on the 4-hour time frame. We did see initiative out of balance, guys, all the way up into the 1746.3 is all-time highs. That balance area that we established was from 1721.7 all the way down to the 32.4 for that longer 2-month balance that we put in. Then the initiative out of balance, we did see spike lower, and we have seen overlapping price activity all the way back down. So trade all the way into 1705s on Friday. And then we are trading the 1721s current. But guys, I think that it's pretty clear to see on the 30-minute time frame that we have seen overlapping price activity lower on the 30-minute time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we're still good to the long side. But after an initiative out of balance and trade back down below the lower extreme of this 30-minute time frame, we had a 30-minute time frame from the 40s all the way down into the 23s. We traded back below that and then stayed below that Thursday and Friday. So guys, we have to see trade back up, start seeing making new higher highs on the 30-minute time frame, and we have to get back up. We have to get back up above that 28.5, right? At 28.5, somewhere in that range, 27s, 28s, in order for us to have some sort of hope of continuation back into all-time highs. Currently, I think that we are seeing overlapping price activity. We did see spike down on the 5-minute time frame, back up on the same thing on the 30-minute time frame. We definitely have seen any shorts that have been established, any biases that had been established on the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, we were sitting on no bias on Friday on the 30-minute. I think that same is true. If we see new higher highs, we see trade back up above the 1724s. Yeah, I think that we can start looking back to the long side. But we did have a short lean bias on the 5-minute time frame on the Russell on Friday, looking for price pattern to 1712.4, and then and that was for our short lean bias on Friday. Yeah, 1712.4, and we saw it spike all the way up to the 24s and back down. So yeah, we were trading around that, guys. The short lean bias, we were looking for a price pattern short on Friday, and but I think that we can clearly see that we have a long lean bias currently on the 5-minute time frame on the Russell. In the overnight session, we have clearly established a long lean bias to the upside. Long lean bias will be nicer above the 23.8 higher highs, but into the 24s. But for the time being, we can definitely say that we're seeing overlapping price activity. First area, and I think it's keeping it pretty tight, is the 20s, and I think that the key area, just like we talked about in the ES, Nasdaq, Dow, and Russell, is letting it roll a little bit further, is down to the 17.8s. If you are interested in a short, upper extreme here, failed initiative out of balance, upper extreme at the 22.9s. 22.8s, and initiative out of balance, failed initiative out of balance, and then and back into the area of balance is a good spot you could be looking for a short as well, because this Friday high is likely to serve as some sort of resistance. But yeah, I do think that the trend is higher on the 5-minute time frame. If you did want to take a short, that's what I would be waiting for to take that short. But yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're looking for a price pattern right now into, I'm going to say, the 17.8s. 17.8. So yeah, that's what we're looking for, is a price pattern into 1717 spot 8. Sustained trade below that. Yeah, that really calls into question that 5-minute long lean. Chat blast one final time. We have no bias on the Russell on the 30-minute. We do have that long lean bias that has not even come close to being tested on the 4-hour at 1681s. And then yeah, we are seeing that dollar come out of bed, guys. It's rolling over and it's falling out of bed. That dollar is just kind of bringing that to your attention on the 5-minute time frame. We're down 20 cents on the day on the dollar. As the dollar is rolling over, we are seeing a little bit of bid across the commodity space. So we're seeing 84 evens, 84 quarters, guys. 84 evens and 84 quarters are trading. So that's kind of our synopsis of what I'm seeing here. But guys, remember, even though we do have 5-minute long leans on everything across the board this morning, remember, we are at a key area. We are at a key area here on each of these majors, and you can see why. We're at a key area. Everything had been drawn up ahead of time. I think this 26,100 area is a big area in the YM. I'll back up through that, and I think it's to the moon, guys. Fly me to the moon. I think it's at least back to the 85s quick, or the 185. So, but yeah, I think this is, even though we have already invalidated that 30-minute short lean here on the ES. I think that we can definitely say that trade back up through that 86.75 that we looked at for short on Friday. I think that trade back up through there, and I think that things can start to take off to the upside. That Friday high up in the 94.90-93 area is a big area, and the Friday high at the 1723 spot 8 is a big area on the Russell. So we are big areas all the way across the board. And if you were willing to take some risk to the downside, I think the price pattern at those key areas or around those key areas is going to be something that will help you out. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna take a look to the short side up through there. I probably will. But for the time being, I think that the long lean is still intact on the 5-minute time frame. I think it's intact all the way across the board, and I think there's no reason to be trading anything but that for the time being. So if you did want to take shorts, I think that you do have some very good risk reward. We're trading the 043s again. We're up 84 points now on the YM. 84 points on the YM. So guys, DAX and FTSE. FTSE is actually negative now. The DAX is up 60.9. So that is what we are seeing here in the morning, guys. That is chart talk this morning. It is a lost child production, and I do want to say thank you to everybody who has been listening, who is paying attention, and who is participating in the chat. You guys can, anyone who's listening on YouTube, you guys can reach back out to me. You guys can say, hey, I need to see some charts here, and I'll be like, yeah, come on over. And reach out at say hi at FutureSquawk.com. That's SAYHI at FutureSquawk.com. And as well, guys, don't hesitate to give me a call at FutureSquawk.com. There's this contact page, and there's also a business phone number there. You guys can feel free to reach out. And like I said, this is a lost child production, and it is dedicated to my wonderful, brilliant, shiny, dedicated, and intelligent son. All right, so that is the dedication for this morning. And yeah, guys, if you guys, anyone who's listening along in our chat, please don't hesitate to ask any questions. I would love to talk to you guys offline about something that a webinar that I'd love to have coming up soon.